Packers. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Watson. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On play action. Now Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the 1st down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about a job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing now is Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, Rodgers finds his receiver, Watson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And complete once again to Watson. Touchdown! Aaron Rodgers finding Christian Watson. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll be searching to dent the scoreboard for the first time. Now down 8-0 as they begin with a 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, this is a great play right here by a very versatile linebacker. It's a zone defense, so he's responsible for one area of the field. And Brandon, I don't think the quarterback ever saw him. Or if he did, he saw him too late because he snuck into a great position there to pick that one off.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, I mean, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
To throw again on second down. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Watson now to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back and get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a play fake. Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for two. Rodgers will throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with two PATs. They got the two-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
An inside give to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones,
24 yards.
and the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Watson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And again, it's Rodgers. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. From the 41, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him to completion.
That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Watson looks to throw again. Steps away. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And he is such a tough quarterback to defend because you got to remember, arguably, he's more dangerous outside the pocket than he is in it. But how about the job they did defensively to stay with the receiver and knock the ball away? I think they had a sigh of relief there because oftentimes when he gets outside the pocket, big plays result downfield.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Here we go on 4th. Watson.
That's complete to Bell over the middle.
Touchdown, Browns. David Bell, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And a short pickup to about the 25.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. From the 25 on second down, Rodgers, pass complete, Tunyon, 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that's one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. To throw, Watson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson to throw. Slant route complete to Bell. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's Watson. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score, in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
Finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And complete once again to Watson. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. This is caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's